Yeah, good morning, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible and everyone could see my screen here. I'm audible and you could see my screen.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Sir.
okay, nice. So where are we, guys? I think in the last class we are looking into we started with the control structures. We understood how do we actually control the flow of execution using the control structures. We have seen that there are three types of control structures, among which we have already finished the conditional control structure, right? So what actually the conditional control structure is, based on the condition, we could able to skip or execute set of instructions. Okay, so among which there are multiple control structures like if conditional control structure, case conditional, sorry, if else conditional, else if, nested if else. Like this, we have seen many conditional control structures. Okay, and we have even seen how do we actually debug the JavaScript code, isn't it? So we have seen like how do we actually debug the JavaScript code, add the debugging points or the stoppers, and we say next, next, next. That is how it actually goes for the further execution. And while executing the code, how do we add the watcher variables, and how do we actually monitor the flow of execution? So those things we have seen. So any questions? And based on that, I have even given an assignment for the employee details. Good to see that some people have already submitted the assignment. But yeah, anyone having any questions with the yesterday's class until yesterday's class, and we can go with the further discussions.
Sir, one question.
Go ahead, Gagan.
Yeah. So when you click on the when you right click on the VS Code, it shows that go to the browser, but I'm not getting the same option on
Oh,
my Visual Code.
sorry that I missed it actually. For that,
Extension.
the extension. Under the extension, there is something called as open in browser. So once you click on, see here at the right, the last one is the extensions. And now you
Okay.
need to add this open in browser. Now if you install these guys, then you will get an option for that. Actually, I missed that. Okay, now
All
you're
right.
clear.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You can actually install lot of plugins, guys. I mean, a lot of the indentation plugins, lot of things can be added into this guy. Okay, yeah. Any more
Okay.
questions? Hope everyone is clear and everyone could solve the assignment what we have given in the last class. Okay, good to know that. Okay, so before going, so what is our next topic here? What is our next topic?
Looping controls.
Looping
Looping
control.
control.
The one
Looping.
but
Looping control structure.
yes.
Excuse me,
So,
sir.
yeah. So just to have a break, I mean, instead of directly continuously having the control structures, I have some more to couple of topics. After we finish this, then I will go with the looping control structure. Okay. Okay. Just give me a
Excuse me,
second.
sir. Hello.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Yeah, the sir said he's gonna be back in a minute, so yeah. Give it some time, guys.
Okay, yeah, sorry guys. So the next topic what actually we have is, we have already seen the operator which is called as equal to. So everybody knows what do you mean by equal to operator?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what it's used for? It is used to assign the values. Okay. Along with this, there are other couple more operators being added, which is called as double equal to and triple equal to. So let's have a discussion on what actually this double equal to, single equal to, and triple equal to. Then we go with the next topics. Okay. So I'm saying as did I created the folder for today? I think yes. Okay. Okay, so let us say something called as a script tag. Under this, I'm going to say where a is equal to say something called as 90. Okay, we already know this. What is this single equal to is doing? It is actually assigning the value of 90 into
Assign.
variable a. It is like a assignment operator, right? Okay. Now on the top, I say something called as if a is equal to b. Okay, and here I say where b is equal to 99. So here we are using the double equal to operator. Now you tell me, is it is assigning operator or comparison operator?
Comparison.
Comparison operator. We are not assigning the value of b into a. We are actually comparing the value under the left side variable with the value which is on the right side variable, checking the equality. Based on this, it is going to return either true or false. Not only if condition, I can even say console.log a double equal to b. Okay, let us see what actually it is returning. Open in the browser. Now, if you inspect, go for console, it is saying like, obviously it returns either true or false. Super fine. Now, if I say something like this, can you tell me what is the value? I'm saying a double equal to B.
False.
Everyone,
False.
right?
False.
Everyone to respond. Please throw them.
False.
Everyone say false. Come back and reload the page. Yes, it is saying as false. Super fine. Now I say something called as a equal to 90. What is the data of A?
True.
True. What is the data? What is the data type of B? Now tell me at line number 14, A double equal to B. Is it is true or false?
True. False.
True, sir.
True.
Okay. So you have your own opinion. Fine. Let us save these guys. Let us come back and reload the page. What actually we are true. So this is where the question you will be having. Boss, 90 and 90, it is fine, but this is a number and this is a string. Why it is returning as true? Whenever you use the double equal to operator, double equal to operator will only check for the value equality. Whether the value within the variable A is equal to the value within the variable B. Whether the equality is happening or not. That is the simple thing it is going to check. It never checks for the type equality. Okay, double equal to doesn't ever check for the type equality. 90 is equal to 90. True. Number is not equal to string, but still it is returning as true. This is where we will be using the triple equal to operator. So what do you mean by this triple equal to operator? Triple equal to operator, if you see the result, what are we getting? Triple equal to is saying as false. Why so? Triple equal to will check for the value equality, at the same time the data type equality also. Okay, this is a very good interview question. People will ask you the difference between the equal to, double equal to, and the triple equal to operators. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one still triple equal.
Sir, can you please repeat?
triple equal to operator will check for value equality. 90 is equal to 90. Yes, super fine. But number is equal to string. No, I will say it as false. These guys coming as something called as false. But when I say A double equal to B, is 90 is equal to 90? Yes. Now I simply say it as true. That's it. That is the difference between these two. Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, I have a question.
Go ahead, please.
Would that apply even for capital letters and and small letters?
Yes. It applies for uppercase. The uppercase, you can say, for example, A is equal to ABC. I said B is equal to ABC. Now, if you save this guy, come back and reload. Both the cases it is false. Uppercase is never equal to the lowercase.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the next concept, a simple concept, what we have is hoisting concept. Okay. Let us see what actually the hoisting is. Before talking about the hoisting, let me create a simple example. Then I will go with explanation of hoisting. Demonstrating variable hoisting. Okay. So before going with this variable hoisting, let me throw a simple example here. I say var A is equal to something called as 90. I say console.log value of A is plus A. I say var B is equal to 99. Console.log value of B is plus B. I say console.log value of Z is plus Z. Okay. Can you guys tell me what will be the result? At line number 14, what will be the result?
90.
90.
90.
98.
Line number 16, what is the result?
99.
99.
99.
99, sir.
Value at line number 17, what was the result?
Undefined.
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 Undefined, sir.
Is it is undefined or is error?
Undefined.
Undefined.
Error,
Error.
Error.
When you go into the default browser, when you go into the inspector tab, go into the console, it says A value is so and so, B value is so and so. There is never exact value is being declared. Obviously, it is going to say that because you're trying to access the value of the Z, which is saying that it is an error, that it is not defined. Is everyone clear here?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Now I say var Z is equal to 100. Now can you tell me what is the value of Z at line number 19?
100.
100.
What is the
100,
value of Z?
100, sir.
What is the value of Z at line number 17?
100. Error only, sir. Undefined, sir.
Error.
Error, right? That is what it is true, because boss, by the time Z is not declared, you're trying to access the value of the Z before value it is being initialized. So obviously you're saying it as you're going to throw it as a error. Okay, now if I save this guy, come back here and reload the page, what we got, boss? Is it is an error or undefined?
Undefined.
Okay, I will explain that. Before that, can you tell me what is the answer out here? Say, for example, I said var Z. Now, can you tell me what is the value of Z at line number 20?
100.
The value of Z at line number 18?
Undefined.
Everyone agree here? You agree that?
No value.
Z is just declared over there. obviously you are trying to access the value of z at line number 18. It is undefined. By that time it is not it is undefined. And at line number 19, now you are saying that the value of the z is 100. Now you are accessing it, it should throw it as 100. Super fine. Now if you come back and reload, this you are agreeing. But now what I say is, when I say where z equal to 100, now also you're getting the same result. Yes or no? You're getting as undefined. Why? Yes, the reason for? By the time when it is saying that line number 18, value of z is not declared yet. So how come it is saying as undefined? So let us go into some other programming languages. Okay. When you go for a C language, so what, I mean, anyone having idea of C language here?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No,
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, a lot of you guys. That's good. Now I'm going to put some questions on the C programming. Who are going to ready to answer?
Not
Now I
me.
get
So myself.
okay, fine. It's okay. I'm not going to put the questions here. So the question what I have is, in the C language, there is a rule saying that variables need to be declared only at the starting of the program. Yes or no?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No.
sir.
No, sir.
No.
Come on, guys. In the C language, is it not recommending
Yes,
to
sir.
put the variable declaration only at the starting of the main method? Can I declare wherever I wanted? No,
It
right?
is recommended to do that.
Not recommended. If you declare the variables wherever you wanted within the functions or so, it is going to throw an error. I mean, in the main function, you write some int a, etc. and all. Later, you put some printf or some other code. Later, you say int declaration. It simply says that declaration has to be at the top. Who all agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Agree, right? So if you're not, please check it once again, guys. But it is only the declaration has to be declared at the starting of the application. I mean, starting of the main method. Later, you make use of the variables. You know, the limitation what you have is, the problem is, I mean, say for example, I'm doing a very big program. Initially, I declare 10 variables. I'm writing some set of instructions. Later, I feel like, okay, I want a variable called as A. Again, I need to go on the top. There you declare, then you come down, again write the piece of code. Another variable wanted, again go on the top, declare the variable, get back and make use of it. So this is what the limitation what you have. But when you come to the JavaScript, it is asking you to declare the variables only at the starting, or you can declare the variables wherever you want it.
At the starting.
Anywhere.
Anywhere in the program.
Wherever we
Now
want.
you see,
sir.
at line number
Wherever
14,
we
I'm
want.
declaring. Later, I'm putting console. Later, I'm declaring. Wherever I wanted, I'm declaring. It is never stopping me. Now, why the reason C language was asking that? The reason C language was asking that is, boss, you have to, I mean, before starting the program, I will first of all identify what variables you have declared. I will allocate the memory. Then I will go on executing the program. That is the reason I'm asking you to declare the variables at the starting of the application. Okay, what C language is saying is, before executing the application, as you have declared all the variables at the starting, I'm going to allocate the memory at the starting, then I go with the further execution. That is why C language is asking us to declare the variables only at the starting of the application. But
Sir, I've got a
now,
question.
coming to JavaScript, do you feel that JavaScript is giving a privilege that it can declare memory wherever you want it? Actually, JavaScript is also not capable of allocating the memory wherever it is needed. But it is giving a privilege for us, saying that you declare the variables wherever you want it. It is my responsibility to automatically move the variable declarations to the starting of the application automatically. Okay, JavaScript is giving a privilege for the user. You declare the variables wherever you wanted. Okay, I have declared the variable line number 19. I have declared the variable line number 16. When you go with the execution, what JavaScript will do, it will move all the variable declaration. It will move a var a, it will move var b, it will move the var z to the starting. And while moving, it only moves the declarations, not the initialized values. So even though you give the code something like that, internally, this is what it is going to happen automatically. You declare something called as where some name equal to say some name. Okay, so what it's going to do, it will move the variable something called as name, as simple as it is. It is not going to move the initialized value. Initialized value will be at the same place where you have given. Only the declarations will be moved to the starting of the application, which we call it as variable hoisting. The concept of variable hoisting is JavaScript internally automatically identifies the list of all the declarations throughout the program, and it will automatically move the declarations to the starting of the application. That is the reason when you say Z at line number 22, it was not throwing an error, but it was saying it as undefined. Why so? It already knows that Z is a variable. But when you say Z, why it is not throwing 100? The declaration is being moved, but not the initialized value. Initialized value Z equal to 100, it is still at line number 22. That is the reason when you access the Z value at 24, it is throwing the data 100. So this is why, this is what we call it as variable hoisting concept. So while giving the variables, we will be giving something like this. But internally, this is what it's going to happen. Am I clear here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
Awesome. Nice, good. Okay, so next, the concept what we have is sorry, what was that? Okay, so the concept of variable hoisting means you can declare the variables wherever you want it within the application. JavaScript will automatically move the declarations to the starting of the application. That is what we call it as variable hoisting. Am I clear? Okay, next. The next concept what we have is, and guys, again, this all part is already part of the notes. Okay, if you hope you are even following the notes also after the class, or else let me check it here. When you go into the notes here, note version 1, web development front end. Now, if you go for, don't see that. Why this is not? Yeah, if you see here, this is how the notes is already there, variable hoisting. So what actually variable hoisting? Every other part is already part of your notes, guys. So please go through the notes. It is not like, okay, once class is not closing the things and not only practicing, whatever the topics we discuss, please go through the notes and get a good idea theoretically also. Okay. Okay, so coming back to the next topic, let us start with the looping control structures -for loop.html. Okay, so we already discussed it that all the control structures are used to control the flow of execution. Everyone is agree. I mean, everyone is okay with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the next point what we have is, next point what we have is, yeah, when I come to the looping control structures. Now, under the looping control structures, we have multiple types. Okay, so what are the types we have? We have something called as for loop. We have something called as while loop. We have something called as do while. We have something called as for in. We have something called as for each. We have something called as for off. Okay, a lot of other things are there. We'll see them later. So the very first one, what are we discussing is for loop control structure. Okay, before going with the looping control structure, we all finished the conditional control structures. Okay, what we have learned in the conditional control structure, there are some predefined control structures using which you can check a condition. Based on the condition, you may execute or skip the execution of the set of instructions. Right? That is what we have learned in the conditional control structures. Super fine. Now, the next part, what we are going for is looping. Conditional is to execute the instructions based on the condition. Then what is the reason for the looping? As simple as it is, like anytime you want to repeat a set of instructions more than once, simply go with the looping. Okay, blindly, anytime you want to do a job more than once, simply blindly go with the looping control structures. That is what the intention of looping. The name itself specifies repeating set of instructions. Okay, so guys, before starting the looping itself, I'm telling you, I already said you control structures are very important for being a logical developer, but on the top, loopings are too much important. Because when you really go to the conditional control structure, in fact, it is simple. Just put an if, where you just need to know where you need to put the if, where you need to use the else, where you need to use the else if. Nothing too much logical. But coming to the for loop, this is where actual logic, actual tricky, actual confusion part is going to start. So someone who have asked about like, how do you get expertise into the logical part? So please put your extra attention here. I will give you each and every step. How do you flow and how do you follow it? Okay, so make sure everybody puts some extra attention and please stop me wherever you have any question. And please, whenever you're putting the question, put the exact question instead of just saying like repeat the topics. Okay, yeah. So let us go with something called. Yes, please go ahead. What is that?
Sometimes your voice.
Voice is breaking. Is it for everyone, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Really,
No,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Well,
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
no, sir.
No, sir.
No, right? Okay. Okay. Anyway, like I'm putting the mic too much nearer. Please check it. If it is still repeating, let me know. Okay. At the same time, from your side also, please check it once. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
It is clear
Okay.
now, sir.
So now I say looping control structures. Yeah. So the very first one, for loop control structures. Guys, at the starting stage itself, I'm telling you, it's a bit of confusion. Put extra attention. Okay. So what is this for loop control structure? What is the use of this guy? We already know that it is used to repeat the set of instructions for more than once. Okay. Next step is how the for is going to look like. What is the syntax? Okay. Syntax means what is the rule? How we have to make use of it. We already saw that. What is the syntax of if condition? So we used to put something called as a condition. This is what we used to do for the if conditional control structure. This is the syntax of if. If it is else, this is what the syntax. We already saw that. Okay. Now, what if it is for loop? How the for loop is going to look like?
Initialization, condition, increment or
It's going to
decrement.
look something like this. For keyword with open braces, close brace, something like this. Now we are going to write some set of instructions which are used to, which have to get repeated for more than once. If else, why we are using? We want to execute the things based on a condition, skip or execute. But in case of your for loop, why we are using the for loop? We want to repeat more than once the set of instructions. We are going with the for loop. Okay, got the difference between the for and if conditions? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, under this for loop, you have 3 statements every time separated with a semicolon. Under your if, you have a single one, which is your condition. Condition can be multiple in case of your if. But whereas in case of your for loop, you have 3 statements. Each one is separated with a semicolon. Okay? Yeah. Now, what is the very first one? The first
Initialization.
one, where actually you need to start with. Okay, the first one is going to tell you where actually you need to start. I mean, from where you need to start. The second one is going to tell you the condition based on where or when I need to stop repeating. Okay. The third one, view word wrap. Okay. The third one is going to tell you whether you are going in a forward direction or backward direction. This is the simple part of your for loop, guys. For loop is going to tell you three things: where you're going to start, up to where you're going to repeat the set of instructions, and are you going in a forward direction or a backward direction. Practical example. Let us take an example. Assume like we all are standing before a building, okay, or else we are standing within a building. You have given me a task. Assume like the building is having some 1,000 steps. Okay, 1,000 steps are there. None of the step is having a placement, or none of the step is having a numbering saying that this is step number 1, 2, 3, 4. No, nothing is mentioned. You asked me, boss, start at the step number 1 and reach until 400th step. The task what you guys have given me is start at step number 1, reach until 400th step. If you clearly see this, how do I take my steps here? I will lift my foot, put on the step, lift my second foot, put on the step. Again, lift the foot, put on the next step. Again, keep on repeating this. If you clearly observe my way of taking the steps, is it not repetitive job I'm going to do? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, repetitive job I'm going to do here.
Yes,
Okay, if that is the case, why don't I make use of the for loop? If you clearly see, okay, if at all I want to do the job of repeating, taking the steps using the for loop, you know what I'll say? I will say something called as for loop. Okay, obviously I'm going to have some 3 statements. Super fine. What is the first statement here? The first statement is where you're going to start, bus. I'm going to start at step number 1. As I said to you, there is no numbering on the steps. Do you take a paper or a pen saying that step 1? When you reach to the step 2, erase it. Now you make it a step 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you going to track it or not? You need a tracker which tells you what step you're going to take. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take a tracker, something called something called tracker is equal to 1. Some variable tracker. It's a user defined variable, nothing predefined. I'm saying that where tracker is equal to 1 because initially I'm starting with 1. Up to what step I need to go? Second step I'll go, third step I'll go, fourth step I'll go. Up to what step I need to stop my repetitive job?
400.
400.
Until when I say my tracker is less than or equal to 400, do I need to repeat the job or not?
Yes.
Agree? Yes. Next, am I going in a forward direction or a backward direction? Forward. So first of all, my tracker will be 1. When I go for the second step, what will be my tracker?
Plus.
Obviously, I need to say tracker is equal to tracker plus 1.
Plus
Do I
1.
need to do this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now under this, what actually I need to do? I simply say lift the left foot. Okay. Put on step. Second thing is lift the right foot. Put on the step. As simple as it is. Now, if you clearly see, you asked me, boss, repeat the step. You have to reach step 1 and you have to reach until 400 step. What I'm doing here? For loop. How actually it starts here? I'm going to have some instructions. Assume like I have some instructions before and after the for loop. Assume this is how I have. Now I will execute line number 27. Cool. I will execute line number 28. Okay. Now when I'm coming to the line number 29, what I'm going to do, first of all, I will initialize the value of tracker. On the paper, I'm going to write that tracker is equal to 1. Assume like here I'm going to put a rough notes. I say tracker is equal to 1. Okay. Next thing, I will check with the condition. Is 1 less than equal to 400? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now what I will do, I will be going inside the for loop. First of all, initialization. Second thing, condition. Third thing, execute the set of instruction. I will take the left foot, put on the step, right foot, put on the step. Now I'm into the second step. Now what I'm going to do, once I'm reaching after this line number 33, I will reach to line number 34. In general, I need to get out of it. But as it is for loop, you know what it will do? It will jump from line number 34 to the initialization, incrementation or decrementation. Say, tracker is equal to tracker plus 1. Can you tell me what is my tracker value now?
2.
Is 2. After this incrementation or decrementation, I will check for the condition again. Is 2 less than equal to 400 agreeing or satisfying or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Satisfying.
Need to go inside or get out of the for loop?
Go inside.
Go inside.
Again, lift the foot, put the right, etc. When I
Sir,
reach the line number
semicolons.
34, it's okay. I mean, that's a statement what I have given. Okay. Now, when I come to the line number 34, do I need to jump to 35 or do I need to go for incrementation or decrementation?
Incrementation.
Incrementation or decrementation. I will be checking for again tracker value. What will be my tracker value now? It is
3.
is 3 is less than
3.
equal to 400, boss?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I will go inside.
Yes,
I
sir.
will be keep on repeating. At one step, it will be 399 or else it will be 400. Okay, one step, it will be 400. Now I'm coming out here. 400 plus 1. What it is? 401.
401.
Is 401 less than equal to 400?
No,
No,
sir.
boss.
Condition
Then I
false.
will leave the for loop. I will jump to the line number 35. This is how the for loop is going to work. The first step, what it is going to take is the initialization. Second step is going to check for the condition. Third step is executing the set of instructions. And once I reach this, before closing, I will again go back to the incrementation or decrementation. Now, if I ask you, boss, you need to start at step number 300 and you reach to step number 40. What I need to do? Tracker is equal to step number 300. Tracker should be greater than or equal to something called as 40 step. Is it incrementation or decrementation?
Decrementation.
Because I'm coming in a reverse order, right? I will
Yes.
start 300. It will be 299, 298, 297, 296, 295.
Yes, sir.
Something I'll go like this. So based on the requirement, you are going to change the looping control structure, conditions, and etc. But in the mind, you should be very much clear that for loops are used to repeat the set of instructions more than once. As simple as it is. Anyone, any piece of questions here?
Sir, for incrementation or decrementation, can we write like tracker plus plus or tracker minus minus, or
Yes.
it is mandatory to like this way, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, Kumkum. Now, when I say where A is equal to something called as 90, my requirement is I want to increment value of A by 1. What I need to do? Can I say A is equal to A plus 1? Agree or not, everyone?
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The second way, what you have is whenever you have the same variable before and after the equal to operator, the shortcut what you have is
A
you can
plus.
simply say A plus equal to 1. Whatever the value you have, it will be incrementing by 1. Okay. The third way, what you have is if I say A equal to 90, I simply say A plus plus. What do you mean by this plus plus operator? It is an increment operator used to add one value to the existing value. Existing value is 90. You're simply adding as, you're making it as 91. If I say 91 plus plus, it will be 92. So as he was asking, instead of writing this much of thing, can I say tracker minus minus? Can I do it or not? Obviously,
Yes,
minus
sir.
minus is decrementing a value. Plus plus is incrementing a value. As simple as it. This is a shortcut we'll be using. Any questions in this, guys? Especially for the people who are the very first time who are looking into the for loop.
Sir, can you please explain this backward direction once, how it is done?
Yeah, it is the same, right? Now, when I say initially, where I'm going to start with 300. My tracker value is 300. Okay. Do I need to execute the instructions or do I need to check for a condition?
Sir,
Condition.
your voice was breaking.
Condition.
Guys, is my voice is breaking again?
Not for everyone.
No, sir.
For few people, it is breaking.
Sometimes, sir.
It would be the case for few people it will come and for few people it will be. I mean, I think I'm putting the mic too much nearer and I'm speaking louder. Please do check from your side also. I think my internet connection is also good.
Actually, it is clear, sir. Only at the starting of your sentence, it is pausing a bit. That.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so what I'm saying is, yeah, you asked about the reverse, right? Now, when I say track equal to 300, okay. Now, is 300 greater than equal to 40?
Sir.
Is 300 greater than equal to 40?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do I need to go inside? Or I'm going to go inside.
मतलब
The line number 32.
ध्यान दे वो
पढ़ा हुआ है वो
Guys, please, if you're not talking, please go into mute. Okay. So what I'm saying is at line number 27, we are saying that tracker is equal to 300. Sorry. 27 is just like a tracking, right? Okay. I'm saying that where tracker equal to 300. Now, is 300 greater than equal to 40? Yes, boss. I need to go inside. I'm executing the line number 32, executing the line number 33. When I reach the line number 34, I will go to the tracker minus. Now, what will be the value of this guy? It is 299. Is 299 greater than equal to 400? Yes, boss. I will go inside. Again, tracker minus. It will be 298. Like this, at one time, it is going to be 41. Because it is decrementing, right? Now, is 41 greater than equal to 41? Yes. It will execute tracker minus. It will be 40. Is 40 greater than equal to 40? Yes. I will execute this. But then it is becoming 39. Is 39 greater than equal to 40? No, boss. Get out of it. Now, let us say I'm going to put the condition, something called as tracker less than or equal to 40. Okay. I will say greater than or equal to how do I make it as infinite? Okay.
Sir, tracker plus.
Track
Like if you use tracker
greater than or equal to 1. And I say tracker plus. Okay, now if you see here, 300. Initially, I'm starting with 300. But 300. Is 300 greater than equal to 1? Yes, it is. I will go to tracker plus. It will be 301. It will be 302. It will be 303. Can you tell me at what condition it is going to fail? At what condition it is going to fail?
No condition.
No chance. Here, it will go to 500. It will go to 1,000. It will go to 1 million. It will go to 1 million. It will go to 1 crore. It is going to be
Infinite loop.
This is called as infinite loop. So we as a developer need to make sure anytime we are adding the conditions, we need to make sure that it is going to unsatisfy the condition at a particular point. Okay, we need to make sure the condition what we are giving should not go on, keep on executing the things as it happened to Ali, that system is crashing. So it should not be the case. Actually, the system doesn't crash. The browser goes into the hanging position. You need to close the browser instance. Again, you need to reopen unnecessarily. So we need to make sure whatever the looping we are adding it has to get stopped at a particular stage. It might be 5 loops, it might be 500 loops, it might be 5 million loops. Fine. But at one stage, it has to get out of the loop. Okay. So let us take a practical example here. Now, I want a very simple requirement that I want to say console.log about to start. I say console.log about to end. Okay. Now, under this, I'm going to put a condition console.log. Hello, everyone. console.log. Very good evening, all. Okay, I'm simply putting a message like line number 13. Hello, everyone. And line number 14, very good evening, all. Okay. The next step, what I have is, I want to, okay, let us execute these guys first of all. Inspect these guys. Go to console. You see the message about to start. Hello, everyone. Very good evening, all. Okay. My requirement is, what if I would like to do this job for 5 times? My requirement is, I want you guys to do the same job for 5 times. 5 times you show the message. You have repeated the steps. Come back here, reload the page. Super fine. It is working. But by looking into the code, can you say that, boss, unnecessarily redundancy is happening?
Yes, sir.
Maintenance is also problem. I say that, boss, instead of good evening, make it as good afternoon. Unnecessarily, you need to go to each and every line. And that too, right now it is 5 times. Okay, you can just do the changes. What if I ask you for do the changes for 5,000 times? Do you think it's easy for you? No, unnecessarily. Why the memory is also getting wasted? So this is where looping is going to be used. Now, can I do this job using the looping control structure for loop? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let us add the instructions only for once. How do I say that? I say for loop, open braces, close braces, open flower braces, and close, and just keep the closing over here. Fine, everyone? Under the for loop, you give some statements, give a semicolon, you give a statement, semicolon, 3 statements we are going to give. Now, what is the very first one? Do I need to say to start with? Let us say where some count is equal to 1. I'm going to start with 1. Okay. Now, I say, what is the condition I need to add if I need to repeat for multiple 5 times?
Count
Less
less
than
than equals to 5. 5. Less than equals to 5.
Less than 6. Can I say it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, right? Thanks for accepting. I say either I can say less than equal to 5 or I can say less than 6 also. Right, guys? Okay. Now, I'm going in a forward direction or a backward direction?
Forward
Forward.
Forward. Do I need to say plus or
plus
minus?
plus.
That's it, boss. Very simple. Will be any confusion here? Save this, guys.
No,
Come
sir.
back here. Reload the page. It is getting repeated. I ask you, boss, can you do it for 50 times? Simply add the value. That's it. When you reload this page, see, 50 times the job has been done. This is what the advantage you have with your looping control structures. You don't need to rewrite the instructions, but once you give it, put inside the loop, it is going to keep on executing the instructions. In the same way, can I add the count value here? I say hello everyone plus count. I want to see what is the count value which is coming. See here, when you reload the page, count is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is happening. At the same time, I want to debug this code, guys. We already seen how do we debug the if conditional control structure. Let us even debug the for loop also. Yes, let's come back here. Now, which tab I need to go for debugging the code?
Sources.
Sources.
Go into the sources tab, click on this HTML. Okay, this is what the script tag I have. Okay, I will be putting the pointer stopper at line number 11. Okay, now you go to the console, reload the page. Now, if you say next line, it is going over here. I even want to watch this. Earlier, I have some watchers, yesterday program. I'm simply closing them. And I want to put a count as watcher. By default, it is undefined because it is not a, why it is not throwing an error? Because it is, we know that it will be moving to the top. Variable hoisting. Okay, count is fine. Now, when I'm guys clearly see this, first thing, what is happening? Initialization is the one which got highlighted. After this, what should I go for? Condition or incrementation, decrementation?
Condition.
See here, is it is highlighting the condition or not?
Yes, sir.
Checking the condition. See, what is the count value? It is 1.
1.
It is checking the condition. That is 1 less than equal to 5. Yes, boss, it is less than equal to 5. Do I need to incrementation, decrementation, or execute the instructions?
Execute the instruction.
Execute the instruction. See whether it is going or not. See, it is going in. executing this. Now, when I'm done with the 15, do I need to get out of the loop or again need to go for incrementation, decrementation?
Implementation.
That is going or not. When I'm clicking the next, see here, it is going to plus plus. Now the count value is 2. Again, I'm checking the condition. Again, I'm going inside. Again, I'm going inside. Again, I'm incrementing. Count value is 3. 3 is less than equal to 5. Satisfying. Going inside. Executing. 3 is becoming 4. 4 is less than equal to 5. Satisfying. Executing. Again, plus plus. 5 is less than equal to 5. Executing. Again, plus plus. It is 6. Is 6 is less than equal to 5?
No.
No, sir.
Do I need to go inside or get out of the for loop?
Get out of the loop.
Get out.
I'm directly coming over here. That's it. Whatever we have learned theoretically, practical also we have seen the same. As simple as it is, guys.
Private out.
Go ahead, please.
The count plus plus means it increment 1 times. I want to increment 2 times. What can I do for that?
Count equal to count plus 2.
Plus 2. And 3 times plus 3. Like this.
That's it. That's it.
Sir, in previous example, you said like you want 91, but you gave the value for the var is 90. So you said var plus plus, but it will show 90 and 91, no, sir. Like pre-increment we have to keep, right? Plus plus var equal, then it will show directly 91 one time, not
Pre-increment is not needed when you are not initializing the variables. Okay, that's a complete different part. Post increment and pre-increment. I say var a is equal to 90. I say var b is equal to a plus plus. Can you tell me what is the value of b here?
91.
90.
Sorry.
That happened.
Here it will be post increment will be coming. Why so? First of all, it will initialize the value. Later increment will be done. A value is 91, but B value is 90. But if I simply say A plus plus, are we initializing anything? No, right? It will happen. A will become 91. There is nothing like post increment or pre increment. If it is direct value, not initializing anything, both are almost same. Did you get my point?
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Next, anyone, guys? Hope everyone is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, especially for the people who are new to the programming.
Like the count before initializing it in the loop, no, sir. Then also it will get initialized in the loop itself, sir.
Yeah, we can even say that var count. Later you can say count equal to 1. You can do that. Both are same.
Okay.
Not mandatory that it has to be inside the for loop. And not only count. In general, what people will use, they use something called as I. But it is like a simple variable which helps you. Assume like if I ask you, boss, go outside and count number of trees, what you could see. What you will do, you will take a paper, you will take, say, something called as count equal to 1. You see the second tree, rub it out, you make it as 2, you make it as 3. That's it, right? It's like a tracker which is helping you to tell that how many trees you have counted. In the same way, it is just simply helping the for loop to count that how many loops you have done.
Sir, in C language, but like in this, we can put initialization at the top of the for and we can execute on like.
Yes, we can even do that. Now, if I say var count equal to 1, your initialization is done. Then you can simply skip this value, but semicolon has to be there. That is what your question is?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You can do that, but there are like people who are very much new to the programming. I don't want to confuse them right now, but it is possible. Okay.
Sir, I've got a question.
Go ahead, please.
For variable hoisting, is it preferred? Is that the preferred method of way of doing it, or is it just as as we are typing through, we declare the variables as it is, which is a preferred method?
There is no option for you, right? There is no option that you say that variable hoisting to be followed or not. By default, JavaScript is doing. You have a privilege. You got a privilege that you declare wherever you want it. It's not stopping. That is actually plus point for the developer, right? You're writing some 1,000 lines of instructions. When you're at the 1,000th line, you want to declare a variable. Do you really feel happy to go back to the first line and add it? No, right? And JavaScript is not even asking it. You declare wherever you want it. I will take care of moving the variables into the starting.
Okay.
Yeah. So hope everyone Clear with the for loop here? Now, if I put you a question, can you please write a simple for loop to show the values from 1 to 100? Please write the for loop and ping me.
Yes,
My
sir.
simple requirement is show the values from 1 to 100. That's it. Come on, who is going to throw me first?
Bisha.
I'm asking you to ping it. Write it out and ping me in the chat.
What's the question?
I asked to write the for loop to show the values from 1 to 100. Come on, Bansari, you added for car I. Shall I fill the remaining part? And guys, I asked to show the values. I'm not asking you to simply throw the for loop on my face. How do you show the value 1 to 100 in the for loop? Obviously, console log has to be written, right? Add the console log also. Come on, everyone is unique. Everyone is throwing. Okay, that's good, Sashri. Okay. Ashrika has pinged me that I equal to 1, I less than equal to 100, I plus plus. Great. That is what I wanted. Bharat, okay, you started with the script tag, I equal to 1, less than equal to 100. Super fine. Everyone is following only I value. Okay, great. Kumkum has started with count, but no console log. Pavani, count equal to 1. Pavani, the declaration has to be there. Apsara, good. You said value equal to 1. Where is the console? Awesome. Lipika has pinged me just only console.log. So it's my job to attach each and everything and make it as a complete program, right? Okay. Saichan. For loop I equal to 1 less than equal to 100. Yeah, good Saichan, but only declaration of I is missing. Sayed, again missing the console.log. Oh, Ali, you are even using the let keyword. Good. Yeah, I said I less than equal to 100, right? Because I want 100 value also. Count equal to 1 less than equal to 100. Good. A equal to, who is that car A equal to 1? Is it is car or where? Sangeeta. It is car. It should be where. Okay. Yeah. Where count equal to 1, count less than 101. Okay, Vamshi. Good. Okay, good. Everyone understood that, right? No one is having questions in that. How to show the value?
I have a question, sir.
Sorry, what was that?
I have a question. In a variable, you take a number. If I will take a string, what will happen? Like one is a string.
Obviously, it doesn't work, right? Now, if I say A count equal to something called as A is less than equal to 5? No, not even one time also it will execute.
In string is a number one, like instead of
yeah,
a.
But it is a string, right? It is a string. Okay. Now, if you say, I said count equal to 1. Now, if you execute these guys, reload this page. Okay, you know one thing, when it is less than equal to, it will take it as a number by default.
Yeah.
When it is only number, when it is string, under that if you have a number, then if it is less than equal to, obviously you cannot compare a strings and all. At the time it will work. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So the next question what I have is, inside the for loop, can I use type of method?
Yes, sir.
Some console.log. Obviously,
Yes,
there is never a restriction. I never said that type of should be only used somewhere. Okay. Can I use an if condition inside a for loop?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, yes,
Yes,
because
sir.
if condition can be placed anywhere.
Yes, sir.
So when we are talking about the for loop, we only said that it should have some instruction. That instruction could be if else, nested if, or even a for loop also can be added. Okay, fine. That is called as
Hello, sir. Sir.
Yes, please.
So for repetition, we use only for loop or any other loops are there?
Other also there, right? For while loop, do while, etc. things are there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So my question is, you have written the piece of code to show the values from 1 to 100. Okay. Let me say for where some count equal to 1, count less than equal to 100, I plus plus. My requirement is, and you simply said that console.log count. Okay, obviously it is going to show the value from 1 to 100. Go to the console. It is showing. Oh my god, why it is saying I
Semicolon,
It
sir.
says I actually.
who said that I plus plus? Okay, now it is 1 to 100, right? Good. My requirement is don't show every value, show only the odd numbers. How do you do that? Don't show every value, only show me the odd numbers.
That's the condition.
Count equals to count plus two.
Count divided by 2.
Showing the count, can I simply say count modulus 2 is equal to 0? Sorry, I said, okay, if I say even number, if I say even numbers, can I do this or not? Now, what
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by this count modulus 2? Say, for example, 5 is coming. When I say even number or odd number, what do you mean by this? A number which is divisible by 2 is an even, not divisible by 2 is an odd, right? When I say modulus 2, it is not percentile. It will give you the reminder. When you say 5 modulus 5 by 2 here, it will say 2 point some value. So what is the difference? When I say slash operator, it will give you the coefficient value. When I say percentile operator, it will give you the reminder value. Am I clear? So that is what I'm doing. Boss, take what the value you want to show, divide that guy with the 2. If it is equal to 0, show it. Obviously, I could able to see only the even numbers here. Yes, boss. If I ask you to show me the odd numbers, what you will do? Simply say not equal to 0. Come back and reload the page. You see only the odd numbers. Is everyone clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Now, write a program to find the sum of, write a program to find the sum of values between, write a program to find the sum of values between 89 to 21. 89 to 21. My expected result is 89 plus 88 plus 87 plus 86 plus ... until 21 I want it.
So can we say orally? It's very hard to type in iPad.
Orally in the okay. I mean, my expectation is write a program to find the sum of values from 89 to 21. That's it.
We can put sum equal to 0 inside and plus the value that comes count minus like that.
Yeah,
that's the answer.
You can talk to me orally later because if you think now people will even type it and they will show me the answer. Can you guys do it out? Can you guys do it out? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Can you please do it out and show me from the script tag? Don't throw that dry for loops or etc. and all. Please give me the complete code. Come on. See, my words are still in my mouth and my for loop has got. I want the complete code. Find the sum of the values and throw me the answer. Show me from the script tag, guys. Or else only the script content.
It's still 29, isn't it, sir?
I think 89 to 21, I said. Guys, if you're not talking, please go into mute.
Sir, where keyword is mandatory or not?
Obviously, it is, right? Sometimes it is actually optional when you declare in JavaScript, but it's recommended to put it.
It is optional, right?
Yeah, it is optional. You can. Okay, Simran, you added a code to show the values from 89 to 21, but our expectation is to find the sum of values. Okay, you need to change it. The same for Kiran also. You just showed the value of 89 to 21. It's not correct. A equal to A plus 0. Shraddha, is it is A equal to A plus 0? No, ma'am, that doesn't work. Sangeeta, I equal to 89. No, Sangeeta, that doesn't work. Simran, 89 doesn't work. Suresh, it works. Very good. Looks good. Satyanarayana, looks very good. Nice. And condition is wrong. Condition is count less than equal to 1. No, right? Count less than equal to 21. Okay, Abhinav, count. It's not count greater than. No, right? Oh, yeah, it works. Good. Okay. Okay, so let me show it to you guys. So what is the condition I asked you guys? I asked you to put the for loop where I is equal to, where I asked you to start with, you need to start at 89. Okay. And I should be greater than. I should be greater than or equal to 21. And every time you need to decrement it because you're coming in a wrong reverse direction. Now I say this. Now what I'll say, I say some count equal to 0, some variable I'm taking. Now I say count is equal to count plus I. Is it enough? Now once you get out of this loop, you simply say console.log count. That's it. It will show you all the sum of values from 89 to 21.
Sir, if we not assign count equal to 0, what will happen?
Undefined plus 89 is what? Error, right? It's not a number. So it will throw it as not a number. It doesn't give you the result. Okay. Next, anyone having any questions? At least what I written? Everyone is good?
Sir, can we write the JavaScript code other than using script tag?
No. Otherwise, it has to be external JavaScript code. You need to create an external JS file, and that too, that external JS also has to be included using the script tag.
Okay.
Next, write a program. Write a program to find the. Write a program to find the sum of. To find the sum of all the even numbers between all the even numbers between 99 to 61. 99 to 61. Next, write a program to read a number from the user. Write a program to read a number from the user and check whether it is prime number or not. Whether it is prime number or not. Next, write a program to list out all the prime numbers from 1 to 100. All the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Write a program
Sir, Unara Poyara.
What is the question? Who is asking that question?
Boss, listen, this is the class or something else?
Okay, write a program to find the reverse of a given number. To find the reverse of a given number. Okay, done, guys. Can you try to put them programmatically? I think the last one you can skip it out, guys, because reverse of a number, instead of for loop, it is better we go with the while loop. But before that, whatever the questions you have, can you guys solve it?
Yes, sir.
Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we take it as an assignment?
Obviously, these all are assignments. Okay. So utilize the time of your weekend and try to attempt, guys. What I'm asking is, whenever I give the assignments, my expectation is not like you need to finish it out and show it on the result. And I'm not expecting that you Google it out and you copy and paste it and execute it out. Try by your own. Up to whatever you can do, you can simply put it out. If you couldn't able to solve it, you can simply show me that, boss, up to this point I could do that. So what actually I need to do the next? So that is where I'm going to come into the picture. Okay, so please don't copy and paste the things, guys. Please try to solve it based on the things whatever we are discussing in the class. If you are not able to solve it, it is always fine. It is nothing like you're not understanding something. Up to whatever you could understood, put it. But if you are not putting the question, that is where the problem comes. Fine, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can someone ping me the questions?
Guys, okay, I think Shreyas has just pinged this. You can take it out. Okay, so one thing, guys, let's pause for today. Okay, because the next thing is do while loop control structure. But before going with the do while, it is better you get solve this all the assignments. Get experience with this. Make your hands dirty with this for loop. And once you get good experience with this, then we can go with the while loop. What actually the while? If you understood the for loop, that is more achievement, guys. Because if you see the remaining all the loopings, it's almost like the same. Okay. And another thing, like if you want, I can show the prime number part. Do you want me to show it, or you can actually try it out?
We can do it, sir.
So we can try. So we can try.
Right.
Okay, fine, guys. Then Okay, so let's sign off for today, and happy weekend for everyone. Make sure everybody tries it, and let me know if you have any questions. You can always ping me back. Okay, have a good day, and bye for
Bye,
today.
sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.